Hello, I want to give you a short testimony, really not about me in terms of my own coming to faith, but those that were involved and influenced me in coming to faith, those who played their part as a good witness. Although I know that it was ultimately the hand of God upon my life that led me to faith, I'm also aware of the key roles that other people played, as well as many other people that I have no time to mention, or people that I don't even know were involved. I'll just mention a few here. To begin with, of course, as a child, my parents cared for me and didn't hinder my faith, but in fact encouraged it. My mother, in particular, fostered a Catholic religious participation and a Christian worldview in that realm. However, once I moved countries and hit puberty and then my mother died, I had no connection whatsoever with the church. Well, then around my 21st birthday, a wide range of people had a profound effect on me. First, there was Nick. He was a work associate, recently arrived from Mauritius and new to the Christian faith. And he welcomed me into his life in a different way, and he began to pray for me. I was not aware of that, but he did pray for me. I encountered radio advertising people who persuaded me almost to attend a citywide Christian event where the gospel was being preached, and the ad was very persuasive and hit the mark with me. It wasn't enough in itself, but then a friend of mine, Phil, who was influenced by his mother and her newfound faith, invited me to join him in attending that particular meeting. After the message was delivered at that meeting, my friend Phil also implored me to join with him and to go forward to the front of the meeting to be prayed for. I don't think without him I would have done that. Anyway, the preacher himself then had said a few things that stuck with me and stick with me till today. First, that God was like the wind. You can't see him, but you can see his effects. And also, he said, to give your life to Christ is like giving him the driver's seat in your life. Well, all those people had a preliminary effect on me. And then, in fact, Henry was a fellow who had counselled me at the end of the meeting and led me in a prayer for the first time as an adult, and then followed me up later by visiting me at my home and inviting me to his local church, which he did very faithfully. I met then Terry, the minister of that local church, who had invited me into his home and confronted me actually with a paradise lost. He simply sat there at the dinner table, peacefully eating a meal with his wife and his children, and it had a profound effect on me. Phil, then my friend, who I talked about earlier, he by this time had taken up his faith in a vibrant way and now encouraged me to join him in his new church and to get off the drugs that I was involved with. And I attended a few times a church with him with interest. But it wasn't actually until the New South Wales police chased me down the Hume Highway and booked me on my front lawn for speeding. It was then I reconsidered what the preacher had said to me a few months before, and I realised that I was going to destroy my life with me at the controls. So I went back to Phil's church and surrendered to Christ, and I've never looked back. So all those people did a great job being involved faithfully as good witnesses, and I applaud their efforts, including the different churches I attended where different people were seeking to be faithful and to help me as best as they could. And so on being a good witness, it may not be that you are the most articulate, but it is that you are faithful and you're available and you're willing to learn.